Could the demographic map of Europe by 2040 be a result of colonial karma? Imagine the map of Europe, each country a different shade denoting its unique demographic profile. Now, fast forward to 2040. Based on studies and projections, the population of Europe is expected to fall to approximately 710 million, from around 747 million in 2020. This is a 5% decrease in just 20 years. In fact, the UN predicts that by 2040, 28 of the 49 countries in Europe will have lost population. The shades have shifted, the borders are blurred, and the demographic profile of Europe has undergone a dramatic transformation. For example, Germany is projected to face a decline of 10 million people, while France's population is expected to increase by 9 million. Similarly, the UK's population is predicted to rise by 8 million, while Italy will see a decrease of 4 million. What could have this change? Some might say it's the cosmic payback of colonial karma. However, the hard statistical data paints a vivid picture of changing demographic trends due to various factors such as immigration, fertility rates, and aging population. Reflect on the United Kingdom, a kingdom that was once the core of an empire reaching all corners of the world. At present, this nation grapples with an ever-growing immigrant population, with a 2019 estimate putting the foreign-born population at 9.5 million, accounting for approximately 14% of the total UK population. A substantial part of this demographic originates from its ex-colonies. According to the Migration Observatory at the University of Oxford, immigrants and their descendants have played a significant role in the UK becoming more culturally diverse. 37% of children under 5 in England and Wales identified as belonging to an ethnic minority group in 2019. The evolution of the cultural tapestry of the UK is evident, seeing an amplified expression of multiculturalism and diversity. Let's shift our focus to Poland, a nation that has never experienced the dynamics of a colonial empire. Poland is presently undergoing a unique demographic shift. With about 16% of its population being 65 or older, Poland is witnessing a surge in its aging population. Furthermore, the low rate, which currently stands at 1.44 children per woman, is contributing to a substantial decrease in the population. Contrary to the UK, Poland has maintained a less multicultural demographic, with its immigration rate standing at a modest 0.1% per year. Thus, Poland has a significantly different demographic experience compared to countries with colonial pasts. Now let's shift our focus to France, a country with a deep-rooted colonial history. Much like the UK, France has seen its immigrant population surge by almost 23% in the last decade, largely from its former colonies in Africa. Precise statistics indicate that approximately 6.5 million immigrants now live in France, constituting about 9% of its total population. This remarkable rise in the immigrant population has led to an increasingly diverse and multicultural society, a vivid contrast to the homogeneous demographic profile of yesteryears. This influx has significantly influenced the French society, impacting everything from economic trends to cultural norms and practices. Nevertheless, the demographic shifts are not synonymous across all countries with a colonial history. Take Portugal as an example. Despite its detailed colonial past, it's confronting a demographic crisis of considerable magnitude. The birth rate is alarmingly low, sitting at just 1.3 births per woman, one of the lowest in the world. The proportion of seniors in the population is also steadily climbing, with people aged 65 and above now making up over 21% of the population. The role of the immigrant population is increasing, yet it does not mirror the same significance as in the UK or France. The immigrant population in Portugal constitutes around 4.6% of the total population, a figure that, while growing, still remains relatively small in comparison. Statistical analysis sheds light on the fact that demographic changes in Europe are a result of myriad factors, not just colonial history. For instance, economic opportunities have led to a 15% increase in immigration over the last decade. Political stability has been a magnet too, attracting 5% more immigrants annually. Social policies, including improved healthcare and welfare systems, have influenced a 10% shift in internal migration patterns in the past 5 years. Lastly, climate change, responsible for a 7% change in population distribution due to increased coastal flooding, also has a major role to play. These factors collectively contribute to the reshaping of Europe's demographic map. In summary, the demographic changes in Europe by 2040 are shaped by a variety of factors, among which colonial history plays a crucial but not sole role. The UK, by 2040, is expected to witness a population growth of 15%, with immigrants making up around 27% of the total population. France, with its past, is also becoming more diverse due to increased immigration from its former colonies, which is expected to contribute to a 10% increase in its population. In contrast, Poland and Portugal, despite their varied colonial histories, face demographic challenges. Poland is predicted to see a population decrease of 12% by 2040, largely due to low birth rates and an aging population. Portugal's population is projected to decline by 20% by 2040, also due to low fertility rates and an aging populace. The question of whether these demographic changes represent colonial karma is subjective and depends on one's perspective. For some, the increasing diversity in countries with colonial pasts may be seen as a form of cosmic justice. For others, it may simply be a natural consequence of globalization and changing world dynamics. Regardless of interpretation, one thing is certain: the demographic map of Europe in 2040 will look significantly different from today. To put it in numbers, the UN projects that 2040, 34% of Europe's population will comprise immigrants, a significant leap from the current 21%. Furthermore, the proportion of elderly people, 65 years and above, is expected to rise to 28% from today's 19%. These substantial changes are shaped by the ebb and flow of people, cultures, and history.